Y'all gonna get the best video you can. The lens is a little foggy, but quite the walk in here. There he is. I don't have dry hands to dry the lens, but he came up under here somehow, went through down in the ditch. This is shallow here till it drops right off where the sticks are. Had to chop down in the run, came wandering through here and right under the trap and set it off. So first beaver from this area this season, so that's good. And it looks like one that we might have had on camera, not 100% sure yet, but job well done there. And it kind of looks like we lost the trigger wire. I can't tell yet, but we'll see. Be with you back in a second. All right, we're getting them out now. And update, we did not lose the trigger wire. It was a piece of grass that looked like a trigger wire. Looked like the house. So there it is. Not a bad boy or girl, I'm not sure, but can't be more than a year or two old, 2 years old, maybe. He's not big. He's 40 something, maybe 25 to 40 is my guess. I'm sure in the next video, when I actually am able to film something that has a catch in it, instead of taking guys on a bunch of blank checks, which, I mean, watching the channel, it's just a bunch of blanks. You'd be like, can this guy even catch beaver? And then you just get bored. So I don't want to do that to you guys anymore. I did that last couple of years and I didn't get a lot of results. So if you like this format better, where I'm coming in, showing you the catches, and every once in a while showing sets, if that's better than just random checks all the time or the same thing, let me know. But there he is over there. We got a little bit of a chewed tail that healed here. Show you guys if I can. Tail's a little, show that right there. Let's see if it's on camera. That right there, it's chewed tail. See that? But it's healed. It's not new, so that's chewed. He hit that conibear, that Belisle, and let's get this down. Hit that Belisle and immediately slapped his tail down and poof, right in the trap. Done. Didn't even move the stand out of the place. He just bumped it a little bit, and as usual for us, you know, we look for the tilted stand besides checking them when we can get over here, and the stand was a little cockeyed, so telling me that we had something. Well, telling him. But then I came down here to check it while I was setting another one and digging it out so we can make my other set legal, my double conbear, because in order to put a double conbear, I have to put another conbear on top of this one. And in order for it to be legal, according to my state, the bottom jaw has to be touching. So, and that's since both have to be, both bottom jaws have to be touching water. So I had to adjust it and dig it down a little bit. But here's this second. Can I stand over there?
Yeah.
It's shallow enough over here?
Yeah.
Look right here? Right there?
Yeah, so it...
Like right there, right? Yeah. So, you like see this here. Here's the set. I'll show my brother here with his license. We both have licenses, so we're both legally okay to touch these traps. They're both ours. That's why we have it. He sometimes works and sometimes I can go. Sometimes I'm busy and he has to go. But that's. I'm going to show you guys how he reset this. Here.
Safeties are off.
He tells me the safety's off, so that means they're off, which that's his reminder to vocalize it to me. It's good. Get this to go down in the channel here. That's at least almost 20 inches deep there. So, believe it or not, a lot of people would be like, walk right past this, walk right over, never know that's a channel unless they step in it. And then those dive stick over it. That's about it. They're coming up in here in this brush and trees and chewing and doing stuff, and that's the set right there. Simple, super simple. I got a lot of hounded people telling me on my other side, put a dive stick. At the time, I wanted to see what would happen if I didn't on camera. They went through it, put a dive stick, they stopped coming through. So, you know, obviously I know how to do that. They were telling me I'm an amateur trap because I didn't do it, but you know what? I haven't trapped since 2013 and 14 and not know how to put a dive stick. That's like Beaver 101. So, yeah, I don't know what they're thinking. You know, it's easy. Just turn around and say stuff. Let's walk over here and see the beaver. When you have no skin in the game and you're sitting halfway across the country telling people how to do something when they've never seen a swamp like this in their life or ever been here. There he is again. How much do you think it weighs, Nick?
30 maybe.
30? I was going to say, I don't think it's much bigger than 25 to 40, but there it is. Get some pictures here. Then I'm going to walk up and walk down this side and check the rest with you guys. Hang in there. All right, back at Judith and Dan's set here. Added another dive stick to this set. Nothing yet. As you saw, one over there, down there. He swam down this and went under. Most of the smell should be gone out of here. Had a rabbit last time go up to that conifer, didn't go in, so there's that update. But that was when it was freezing in the snow and rabbit was desperate for food. So here's this, all right. Gonna sit here, throw a little bit more castor on this one. But this time, everybody said, you're using too much castor, you're wasting the product. So, the answer to that, Q-tips. I did a little research too. I didn't just like, oh yeah, whatever, guy, you know everything. Or, not even that, I didn't, basically what I was trying to say, I didn't know how to word it there. I listened to what they said, and I was like, yeah, I took it with a grain of salt. Then I did a little research. I'm like, you know, I looked it up and looked up the old factory sentences, how much they smell. I was like, it never hurts to put a little less. Whew, I'm out of shape. Yesterday I didn't eat much because I just wasn't hungry. I don't know how many of you know this, but my mom got dehydrated. A little story time. Earlier last week, passed out on the ground and had to call 911, and she got rushed to the hospital by ambulance. And when she passed out for 30 seconds, she was not responding. So 911 got called. A little bit of Judith and Dan, Alpha Delta Castor here. 911 got called, and she went to the hospital. They gave her 2 bags of IV. She was having some bathroom problems, and she was losing all of her liquid. So, God, that's a lot compared to what they're saying. That's probably the same amount I put on last time. They're like, use a Q-tip. But last time, or whatever, my mom went to the hospital, right? She went to the hospital, and she ended up, I don't even know where to put this. Way back here, maybe? It's going to get washed away because the water's almost already, and it's going to rain. So I'm going to put this as high as I can right here. I'm going to put it up in a tree, actually. So my mom went to the hospital, got the IVs, sat there for 4 hours getting the IV pumped in her, the multiple IVs. She came back, she still didn't feel good. We were snowed and iced in to the point where nobody could move, right? We had 3/4 inch of ice on the ground. So we had to sit there and give her a bunch of medicine, and they sat there and just hoped and prayed, and she took it until the next day in the evening, and she started feeling better. She started eating solid foods again, not just rice, and it was scary as heck. Here's the lure here. It's a little, I think I'm going to put it up in the tree somewhere, because I don't know, even if I put it down there, it's not going to do anything, because it's going to wash away. Let's see if I can balance it here on this tree branch. Right there. Right in the tree up there. You can see that up there. So she went to the hospital. All right, a couple days later, she's getting a little better. She's slowly getting better, but now we got in a huge argument today. But you know what? Arguments are bad, but you know that's the good thing about that? She's clearly got her energy back, so you know what? She's healthy. And at the end of the day, even though we argued, it's still a good thing, because that means she's can argue, right? And she's feeling better. So that's that. That's a little update. I'm not going to move this conifer up, because I really don't, you know. I got another setup there high that you guys are going to see before this video. That was actually filmed a couple days ago, but this is going to come out after, right? So, yeah, there's the Dan down there. And that's that. That Lou's up in the tree. It's wafting around. Hope the wind catches it, moves around, wafts around in here, and hopefully we have a beaver here.
Go check the last one.
All right, so pulled this one. I don't know if it's knocked over or not.
It was clogged.
It's all clogged with debris. But I think maybe if I open this up a little bit, it will help. Potentially, so open the trigger wires up.
Nah, dude, we're just gonna keep it.
What do you mean?
That's a big ass stick. Let's just.
What?
I'm just gonna fix it and put it in.
That's what I mean. I already opened the trigger wires up. I'm not trying to. Oops, sorry. I'm not trying to take a picture of your ass. The big ass stick went in there. Floated down, got caught in the jaws. Only thing I don't. These shops are fantastic. These Belisles. Only guilt to have them like everybody else has. You get enough spine shots in the middle of the jaws, they start to go like this eventually, start to warp. And then you start having a gap there, and a bigger gap and a bigger gap, and then we don't have a vise, so I can't take them to the vise and flatten them out. But over time that happens, and on a couple of my sets, a couple of my traps, I'm already noticing it on my 330s. So therefore, you know, magnum jaw, which is, for people that don't know what a magnum closure trap is, it just means complete closure, where everything, including tails on the animal, get caught in it. And it means there's no gap, like completely shut. That gap, when it starts to open up, it starts to let animals out, right? Muskrat, stuff like that. Beaver will still get caught in it, but the power of these traps and powerful. They're one of the most powerful on traps. I hear a lot of people talk about Duke traps. They're the most powerful, they say. Well, here's the thing. I would bet money on the table if I was a betting man to say they probably have not used the Belisles. I used to claim the Dukes are super powerful, right? They're the most powerful on the market. And then I started learning about the other traps, and I learned about Belisles. I'm like, yeah, you know. And then, so that's, you know, if you don't know, you're going to say what you know, right? So you know the Dukes are most powerful. But until you get on the Belisles, I've read people online say, wow, I have not realized how powerful these Belisles are until I really started using them. I'm like, I could barely set these things. And a lot of people set the Dukes by hand, and then they go to these and they can't even set them by hand. So we always use setters. We always have lock setters. Always the safest thing we can do. And, you know, people say what they want to say. None of it's wrong. Nobody's ever wrong, right? It's just what they know. So, and if you know something, you state it. Because if you're going to try to help someone, you know, these are the traps I like, and I think they're the most powerful. But that's the key. They don't say, I think. They say, these are the most powerful. And that's where it's no longer opinion. It's a fact. And, you know, it's not necessarily true. But the fault of the Belisles, like I talked about, is the jaws bend after a while. Whereas, like, the RBGs, they are faster because they're rounded. So when they fire, since it's rounded, the friction closes the jaws faster. Instead of just firing straight up, as they start to fire, they catch the jaw circle part of the jaw, and it fires faster and faster. The more it shuts, and it shuts off faster. And one of those things about them is the jaws don't bend. Right? You gotta think of how it works. If it fires straight up, it does one thing, but if it's firing like this and it's catching the jaws around as it goes, the second it goes like this, opens up from being set and firing, the jaws already start closing. Whereas Belisles, they only catch when they go vertical. So they fire as they go around the circle, and it fires faster. It's hard to explain. You'd have to like think about it in how stuff works and how mechanically stuff works. But RBGs are a lot faster. Great for otter because the otters won't get through them. These are great, but you have problems with bending jaws. This ranting here a little bit, talking to you about this is getting set. The other thing that competes with the Belisles head-to-head in Canada are called Savageau traps. They're a Canadian trap. They are the direct competition to Belisle. And what's the difference between Belisle and Savageau? Savageau have a magnum jaws, or complete closure magnum jaws, which they have and they have a kill bar on them. So the bar that comes off them, so the bar bends, but the jaws don't bend on them. The Belisles don't have that. The Belisles end up bending because of all one unit. So it's, some people like the Savageau because the kill bars, you know, they hit harder in theory, and they also don't bend because of the metal they make up, right? And you also essentially, in theory, cut it off and re-weld a new bar on there. These, once the bar's bent, that's it. You have to bend the back, and it's all one mechanism. The whole jaw is all one, so there's no fixing it. So take your pick. RBG's American made. Belisle, Savageau, Canadian made, all equal. I often call this RBG the American Belisle because it's just the American version, the best trap, right? It's the American version of the Belisle. It's the best trap in America. And a lot of people claim that Belisle is the best trap in Canada, so that's why I call them the American Belisle. But they're really not anything like a Belisle. But I coined that phrase a while ago, and Nick Ernie, the owner, was talking about that. Oh, the American Belisle. Well, you know, the only downside he didn't like about that was the fact that the Belisle jaws bend and the RBGs don't. And I was like, yeah, so I stopped calling them that. But that's why I like RBGs. I like Belisles. I have some Savageaus too. But that's it. That's it for this set. We're going to move down to the next one. Thanks for listening to that. If that makes any sense, I hope it does. It's kind of long-winded and why I like certain traps. You know, by no means am I sitting here telling you, hey, go buy they're $30, $40 Belisles and RBGs and all this stuff, right? Use what you can afford. If you afford a Duke, use the Duke. It's going to get the job done just as well, but you just don't catch the tails of animals as like the other ones do. All right, have a good day. Going down to the next one. We'll check this from a distance here while my brother checks it. Might have to go out there, but a little more about the trap talk, right? So when I did my decisions, I looked at all this, but when the RBG fire sense is round, there's no corner of the trap stopping the springs from firing. If you look at that as bad or good, it becomes somewhat, you know, becomes a little bit of a problem resetting them, but it's not that hard to just move them out and reset them. But what happens is, when it locks up, there's no corner of the trap stopping it. So when it locks up, it fires past those original corners and locks up so tight, nothing's getting out of him, right? When he's in there, because whereas normal trap stop here, a good 10 inches, right? Those springs fire past that and lock that round up so far, so tight, Nothing's getting out of it, and it has incredible holding ability. You need to come up, you need the setters. It has incredible holding ability, right? So just look out here while I'm talking, because I have a GoPro on and I can't turn to my face. It's on my chest, but we'll watch this. I'll go ahead and watch this with you. But what happens is, it locks up, right, on the animal so tight they can't get out of it. There's nothing slipping past it. So essentially, in the function of the trap, it does the same thing a Belisle does, and pretty much completely closes. And the more the animal moves, the more it adjusts and locks tighter and tighter. So it essentially just keeps getting tighter. And when you set off like this and it's overlapping the springs, just pull them apart like this, pull them apart, squeeze the jaws shut, put safeties on, reset it. It's that simple. A lot of people struggle with the fact that sometimes the springs will lock over each other. It's as simple as pulling them apart like any other Duke trap or anything else, and it's squeezing the jaws and setting them. So that's simple, and all RBGs correlate with all H stands, right? You get a 10-inch, we're gonna put a 330 trap, a 330 Belisle, a 330 RBG will fit on it. 330 Duke will fit on the same stand, a 330 Belisle will, right? So from 110 to all the way up to 330, and even the 440 size stands, the RBG correlates with the size. I admittedly was one of those people that looked at that and was like, how's a round trap gonna fit on that? But I wasn't thinking, well, if it's 10-inch trap and it's 10-inch square trap, well, wouldn't it from left side to right side be the same as anything else? And the answer is yes. So you don't have to worry about, any trap can be a height difference, but the width difference of the trap only is important to the stand. And 10-inch RBG is 10 inches across. The widest part is 10 inches. So they all fit on the correlating stands. Same moment of RBG came out while you're watching this here. Hopefully you can see this. I'm borrowing something this, but RBG came out with called a V stand. It's in a V shape. You can fit a 160 on there, not a 120, none of that stuff, but a 160 all the way up to a 440, which is, some people don't know, is a 12-inch across trap. Will fit on that same stand. So one stand for 160s to 440s, include 330s, and obviously I told you through them, but anything in there will fit. So as long as the distance across is anywhere from 6 inches to 12 inches, it will fit on that stand. So square and round all work. And a lot of people don't, that's what I was like. So do you have specialized stands? I asked all these questions to him when I was learning about him, and he said, no. You get a stand that'll fit. And going away from H stands, all right, go watch this. I'm rambling, but safeties are off, he says. So they're off on that for our record and yours. So essentially, the RBGs will fit on KB stands, stabilizers. They will not fit on your screw-in stands because those have a flat edge. As far as I know, don't quote me on that because I've not tested them. They may fit. You never know. In fact, I may have seen a video of Mink Trapper on Dunlap's channel that showed it, but you got to try that one. But it essentially fits on all stands, even though they're round. There's enough flat bar there, and the stands are open enough that they will fit. So you never have to worry about choosing a stand. Just choose the size and fit it to the RBG. That's it, guys. Got one Beaver. Adjust some stuff, and it has been brutal out here. We had flooding weather first week, snow, freeze, 3/4 inch ice. That had to melt, and it's still melting, as you can see. Then now we got more rain, and we got 9 days of rain coming, so this is all gonna flood. It's a whole fiasco. Worst trapping season I've ever had. Got one Beaver early in the year at a golf course. Got one here now, and got 2 bobcat, bunch on camera, and had 2 coyotes going to cages. Caught one you saw, other one went in the cage and got out. So that's almost unheard of to get more than 1 coyote in a cage. They both went all the way in. Caught a raccoon in the cage. Accomplished my goal. A raccoon and a bobcat. Our goal is accomplished. Now we just got to get the Beaver. That's about it, guys. That's it. It's nasty, miserable Pacific Northwest rain. 80+ inches of rain a year. And this is kind of the result. It's just, although it's, it's not Louisiana. It's not hot rain. It's not warm. It's bone-chilling cold. That's what it is. It's like getting ice dumped on you, and that's ice water, and that's what it is. So Pacific Northwest, pretty much the rainforest. Have a good day, guys.